Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great morning. I've had a hectic morning. Alex B, good morning. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club again. I let my card expire. I had to renew. That's okay. Hey, English Arthur, how are you? I'm just going to call you Art. Hey, Cheryl, Lisa, Melanie Jean, good morning. I'm interested in seeing if something new is happening with Skylar Richardson. Oh, we're going to talk about her a little bit this morning. Charlene Sapphire, good morning. Red Rum Media. She says, good morning. It's almost the weekend. Hey, Lori, good morning. Basil. Hey, good morning. Soccer Mom of One. Light Feather, Never Lose Hope. Good morning. How's everyone doing this morning? I'm tired because we had that Google Meet last night for the channel members, which I had fun, but it ran till about 11. So I was tired. Plus, we did a bunch of work yesterday over at the Funny Farm. Still got more to do. Got an issue with one of my hens I got to take care of. Anyways, I'm going to do a Funny Farm video. I just got to edit it, put it together. Mark was really busy over there getting everything ready for winter. So this morning I got a few things we're going to talk about. Skylar Richardson. Can't stand that girl. We're going to talk about her. Talk a little bit about Suzanne Morphew. And what else are we going to talk about? A little bit about Lori Vallow. Also, Bobby Brown Jr. has passed away. Y'all know the singer Bobby Brown that was married to Whitney Houston. His son has passed away. Only 28 years old. And also, we're going to talk about this manhunt for this alleged serial killer from Colorado. They found I believe it was like 3 bodies on a property. So they're looking for this guy, and his nickname is Psycho. I'm going to show y'all his picture and stuff. Hey, Michelle, good morning. How are you doing? First, I guess let's talk about Skylar Richardson. Since Melanie G is in here. It's good to see you, Melanie, by the way. Every time I look at my rooster painting, I think about you. I love that painting. Okay. So Skylar Richardson is no longer on probation. She was on probation because she was like a teenager, pregnant, hid her pregnancy from everyone, had the baby in the bathroom, and she said it wasn't breathing when it was born and the umbilical cord wasn't attached. And anyway, she panicked and buried the baby, a baby girl by the name of Annabelle, in the backyard. Anyways, she went to trial over that, and she only got probation for it. And they're already letting her off probation. She got 3 years probation for this crap. I'm going to read this to y'all. Let's share. Now, she wants to be a productive member of society now, she says. She wants to go to law school and be a defense attorney. Basically, she thinks that she was treated unfairly by the media. I mean, but what do you expect people to think? You had a pregnancy. I know she was young and stuff, and that can be scary, but there's a lot of teens that get pregnant and don't pull this crap. Anyways, like I was saying, what do you expect the public to think? Because it came out, I believe they thought the baby had been burned. I think she admitted when she was being interrogated that she burnt the baby's foot with a cigarette lighter or something. It's a crazy story. I think one of the biggest reasons they said that she hid her pregnancy is because her family expected her to be perfect. And that's the way they portrayed themselves to the community, like they're the perfect family. Like she was a cheerleader and got good grades in school and stuff. Okay, let's see what this is saying. Brooke Skylar Richardson. By the way, I hate that her name is Skylar because that's my dog's name, and the baby's name, bless its heart, is Annabelle, and that's my little goat's name. Anyhow, Brooke Skylar Richardson, an Ohio teen convicted last year of abusing a corpse in connection with the death of her newborn, has been released from probation 2 years early. The Dayton Daily News reports that Skylar's lawyers requested the early probation release after Skylar Richardson pleaded with Warren County Judge Donald Oda II to give her a chance to show she could be normal again. I am very sorry. I heard a lot, Skylar Richardson said. I just want to show that I can be a normal person again. That's all. Not everyone agreed with Richardson. Tracy Johnson, the grandmother of the newborn baby that Skylar secretly buried in her backyard, appeared at the hearing. Johnson, who opposed Skylar's early release, told the judge 3 years on probation wasn't too much to ask. I don't think so either. I don't think 3 years probation is too much to ask, considering what she, done. You had the option of giving her up to 6 months in prison with time served. I don't think 3 years of probation is too much to ask, she said. In response, Judge Oda said there was no need to invest any more time into a low-level felony, given that Richardson has been following the rules. Well, I have to disagree with that judge. Low level? I mean, by law, it may be a low-level felony, but what she did, I mean, oh my God, she did a horrible, horrible thing. And I think they couldn't determine how the baby died. So that's why, she couldn't be charged with murder or convicted of murder. There is no reason for me to invest the time and resources of my probation department in supervising you, Oda said. There is nothing in the 3 years I have been supervising you, Miss Richardson, that leads me to believe you do not follow the rules or are going to commit any crimes in the future. And basically, let me tell y'all what happened. Basically, this girl had a baby in the bathroom. She probably killed the baby, buried it in the backyard. We know for a fact she buried it in the backyard. And you know what? She got a slap on the wrist for it. That right there is the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, this case infuriates me. I think she should have served her 3 years. She was old enough to understand what she did. Yes, my mom was pregnant. I believe she said she's 16, almost 16 years old. She didn't pull some crap like this. And my grandfather was strict. He didn't believe in, sex before marriage and all that. So she was really scared to tell him. But she ended up telling him. And yeah, did he get upset with it at first? Yes, but he got over it. And him and my oldest brother were super, super close. Hey, Lucy, love. It's a crying shame. Love you, CC. Oh, thank you and welcome. Do I know you? Do you have another YouTube name? Hey, that's a good name, though. Sapphire says, wow. Lightfeather says she has been in counseling and been volunteering or working at a law firm. Yeah, she wants to go to school to be a defense attorney. She's also, I think she was battling an eating disorder. This picture right here, I mean, she does. I don't know if that's like a shadow or something, but her eyes look all sunken in. Let's read about the death of little Annabelle. Skylar attended prom on May 5th, 2017, with her boyfriend Brandon, who was not the baby's father. Her relationship with the baby's father had ended almost as fast as it had started, according to testimony at Richardson's high-profile 2019 murder trial. Richardson said she ended up leaving prom early because she was not feeling well. The following day, she went into labor. She didn't tell anyone. Instead, she had baby Annabelle on the bathroom floor inside her parents' home. Annabelle, according to Skylar, was born without a heartbeat. Richardson told a news outlet that the baby was extremely pale, didn't have an umbilical cord attached. She was not breathing and never opened her eyes. Is that even possible for the baby to be born without the umbilical cord attached? I guess anything's possible. I mean, after trying unsuccessfully to try to make the baby breathe, Skylar said she eventually gave up. She wrapped Annabelle in a towel and buried her without waking her family up. She went back inside, cleaned the bathroom up, then returned to school as if nothing had happened. Inside, however, Skylar Richardson said she was battling depression and guilt. I spent a lot of my time depressed, Skylar told Cosmopolitan in 2019. Every night, I would lie down and wish that I could have died in place of Annabelle. Even now, 2 years later, and months after her acquittal, Skylar Richardson said she experiences chest pains, panic, and finds it hard to sleep. Part of it stems from the nightmare she said lived through after the public condemned her, followed by her murder trial, where she heard the prosecutor argue that she tried to burn her baby. Skylar explained that detectives had pushed her to falsely admit she tried to burn her baby, even referencing the Bible to get her to cave in. It worked. Skylar told detectives she burnt the baby's foot with a lighter, but said she knew it wasn't true. She just wanted to go home. After telling authorities around 15 times she never burned Annabelle, she ended up saying what they wanted to hear. The defense team said Richardson gave a false confession after, um, I can't pronounce that word, insurmountable pressure. I think it says that. Inside, I felt like I was dying, Skylar says. Very few things have been harder than having to listen to prosecutors allege horrible, unthinkable things of me and put countless photos of my daughter's bones on a big screen. Well, you're the one that buried your daughter in the backyard, young lady. I mean, what does she think people's supposed to think about that? I mean, that's a horrible thing she did. Even if the baby was born with no heartbeat and stuff, born deceased. I mean, she did a horrible thing by taking it and burying it in the backyard like a family pet or something. She's old enough to know better than that. That's my opinion. Despite the public's belief of what may have happened, however, a jury only found Skylar Richardson guilty of concealing a corpse. Richardson's attorney wrote in a motion that his client has now completed a number of college credits and works part-time. She's completed 2 semesters of college, has a cumulative GPA of over 3.8, and currently has a GPA of 4.0 for the most recent semester. Richardson is currently working at Ritger's Law Office in Lebanon. In 2019, she told Cosmopolitan she planned to take paralegal classes, hopes to become a lawyer one day for the Ohio Innocence Project. Young lady, you are far from innocence. You can go work there for them, but you are far from innocence. What you did was wrong, and you have really showed no remorse. She hasn't, guys. She's not showed any remorse whatsoever. And I'm just not so sure that baby was born not breathing with no heartbeat. That's her tale, and I'm sitting on mine, as my granny says. They couldn't determine a cause of death because I think of decomposition. The medical examiner should be able to tell, was the baby burned or was the baby not burned? I always thought, maybe I misunderstood it, that she burned the baby. And I always thought that her mom helped her cover up too. What happened is, I think what alerted people is she actually went to a doctor, gynecologist, found out she was like 32 weeks pregnant, and she decided to hide it from everybody. So I think the doctor's office got suspicious of her and alerted police. It was something like that. Double flush her. It's a crime shame, yeah. You automatically feel like doctors can bring your baby back unless it's a long time debilitating disease. Yeah. She said she tried to resuscitate the baby. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, she did not want this baby. She didn't want anyone to know about baby Annabelle. And after this all came out, then she said, oh, she's, naming the baby Annabelle. I don't think she should have been allowed to name that baby. My opinion, what she did. There's a lot of young girls that get pregnant. They don't pull crap like this. I went to school with a girl that got pregnant, 13 years old. First time she ever had sex with anybody, she got knocked up. I'm sure that was really scary for her. 13 years old, still a child. Not really even a teen. It's like a preteen or something. Anyways, I just wanted to give y'all the update about this. So do y'all think, I want to know before I move on, do y'all think she should have been let off probation early? I don't think so. I'm with the baby's grandmother. 3 years is not too much to ask. Look at what she done. They charged her for murder. They couldn't prove it because they couldn't determine the cause of death. It's a crime shame. I understand, CC, same as me. I was 17 and 2 days old when you got pregnant. Yeah. You didn't pull some crap like that. There was a girl out here at the college years ago. I didn't mean to screenshot that. Years ago, she had a baby and put it in a shoebox. I think it was deceased when it was born. But anyway, she put it in a shoebox and put it in the trash. It was in, like, our local newspapers and on the news and stuff, but she didn't get in no freaking trouble for that. Slap on the wrist. Lucy Love, I had my son when I was 16 years old and basically gave up my life to have him, and I'd do it again. Yeah. See, there's a lot of people had babies young. Shine on. Granny's right. Hey, good morning, girl. My granny's always right. She'll always say it. She always has little funny sayings, but that one she'll say, that's their tail and I'm sitting on mine. Okay, what else are we going to talk about this morning? Oh, yeah, I saw an article about Suzanne Morphew, so I was going to share that with y'all. Her family, they think that she's passed away. It was even in the obituary. What in the crap am I doing? I'm pushing buttons I shouldn't even be pushing. Lord have mercy. I'm losing it, y'all. Can't concentrate because I'm worried about my hen. I got something wrong with my hen. I'll tell y'all about it for my stream ends. Yeah, let me tell y'all a little bit about this article about Suzanne Morphew. We'll take a look at it. And then we're going to talk about that psycho killer they're looking for. 3 bodies found on a property. And there's a manhunt for that guy, Psycho. His name reminds me of the Psycho movie. Oh, crap. The Daily Mail's going to want to play a stinking video. Hold on a minute. Crap. Okay. Yeah, I just want to screen share this because it has some pictures. But Suzanne's dad passed away earlier this month. And in the obituary, I'm going to read y'all the obituary. Maybe, if I can get it pulled up here. Oh, there's Suzanne and her dad. I need to scroll up and see what his name is because I forgot Gene. It says, missing Colorado mom, Suzanne Morphew, is presumed dead in her father's obituary, which has been published in an Indiana newspaper following his death last week. Gene Mormon, 87, passed away in French Lick on November 11th, 6 months after his daughter Suzanne vanished in Maysville, Colorado. Gene lost his cancer battle without any closure in the case of his daughter's disappearance, which has baffled detectives and captivated the American public. It captivated a lot of people around the world. However, Gene's obituary indicates he did not expect Suzanne to be found alive and well. The death notice published in the Herald Bulletin states Gene is preceded in death by his parents, an infant brother, the mother of his children, wife Luann, and missing and presumed dead daughter Suzanne Morphew. In lieu of flowers, Gene's obituary asked all mourners to make a donation to their local domestic violence organization. I do think that Suzanne was in an abusive relationship with Barry. That's just a gut feeling. I think that he tried to isolate her away from her family. Oh, here's some sweet pictures. Let's look at those. Didn't find a single shroom, but had a great time. Precious moments with Dad. Oh, they must have been dryland fish hunting. I hate that he passed away and, he didn't get to find out what happened to Suzanne. But, if Suzanne is deceased, which I think she is, her and her dad are together now. So sad. And that's a nice home they have. Oh, I guess that's the Holiday Inn Barry stayed at there. They seem like they had the perfect life. 2 kids, their way to college, nice house, living in Colorado, got money in their pocket. But I think there was a lot going on behind the scenes. Suzanne probably, let me stop screen sharing this. That ad crap's killing me. Suzanne probably hid a lot from her family and friends. A lot of times when you're in abusive and controlling relationships, you don't tell people. You're embarrassed of it. Even if he didn't physically hit her and stuff, I do think really he was controlling. I don't know about the abuse, but I really feel like he was really controlling, and that is a form of abuse, right? Yeah, let me look at my chat. I still side-eye Barry. Oh, me too. Let me get a drink of my coffee. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I'm side-eyeing Barry a lot more than I used to. When this first happened, and he put out that video pleading for Suzanne's safe return and offering that reward, I was trying to give him the benefit of a doubt. Because I know people can act weird when they're put on the spot, when they're on camera, when they're in stressful situations like that. I tried to give him benefit of the doubt. I'm still trying to give him that. But the more that's come out, the more guilty he looks. It's not looking good on him. Shame can silence you. Yes. Even though people, my mom knew my first husband hit me, I would still deny it to her. I would still deny it, even though she knew I was lying. And you will defend your abusers. Maybe in her mind, a lot of times, like with my first husband, he was just like a nice guy in front of everybody. And I would always think to myself, people just, some of his friends just really wouldn't believe how he is behind closed doors. Maybe Suzanne thought like that too. Thought people wouldn't believe it. A lot of people have come out and said that Barry was like an asshole to work for. Yeah, he talked to him bad and stuff. And here, he goes on this job on Mother's Day, leaves like at 5:30 in the morning to go do this job to fix this block wall on Mother's Day on a Sunday with no materials, with no equipment to do it with no permit to work on the weekend in that city. I really think Barry is responsible. No one else has seen her. Yeah. I don't think she ever went on a bike ride. I've never thought that. I've never bought that. I believe that bike was planted there. It's been said that her dad said the brakes were locked up on that bike. But, I mean, if she was an avid bike rider, I guess she could unlock her own brakes. But still, I don't think that she went for a bike ride. And isn't that funny? They live in that really nice home, like what, a $1 million home over that? And there's no cameras working. Don't even have a doorbell camera. That's really weird. And I think Barry just came up with going to that job site as an alibi real quick. Here's what I'm thinking. I think after they were seen in town the day before that, before she allegedly went missing, when they got back home, they must have had an argument. He snapped on her. He had to get rid of her body real quick, come up with an alibi real quick. He knew he had that job to do in Denver. So he's like, yeah, that'll be my alibi. So that's why he went there, unprepared, no tools, no stone blocks to work with, equipment, anything. He just had to come up with an alibi real quick. Yes, ma'am, we carry. Yes, people, yes, it is very shameful. Hell, I'm still ashamed of myself that I allowed a man to beat on me. I can't believe that. I mean, I was young then. Boy, I've learned some hard lessons in life the hard way, I'll tell you that. Knowing what I know now, no, I'd never allow anyone to mistreat me. I'm going to stand up for myself. Lucy, I agree, odd. I'm putting a camera in my old trailer just to keep an eye on Bill. Oh, that's a great idea to keep an eye on the cat. I love Bill. He's the prettiest cat. Yeah. It's a good idea for everyone to have a doorbell cam. I'm not so sure I like those security cameras that are actually inside of the house because I've saw where hackers have hacked those and actually talked through the intercoms to kids in their bedrooms through the security cameras and stuff. Yeah. I still haven't accepted that mine treated me the way he did. Yeah, it's hard to, domestic violence is hard to deal with. Even after, you're out of the situation. Hey, Very Mary. Good morning. You guys chat for just a second. I'm going to run and put me some hot coffee in my cup real quick and find my daggone cigarette lighter. And then we're going to talk about Lori Vallow and her stupid, stupid cult. I'll be right back. My apologies. Oh my gosh, guys, this is not good. I misplaced my lighter. What in the crap did I do with it? Oh, I'm just going to have to wait to take it off my live stream. Anyways, I hope that they make some progress in Suzanne's case and find out what happened to her and arrest ever who's responsible. I just don't get Barry's behavior. I know everybody reacts differently in situations like this. But damn, he didn't even go search when Suzanne's brother Andy organized that big search. He didn't even go search. Said he wasn't invited. Really? Do you think Suzanne would have waited to be invited if Barry was missing? No, she would have went and searched. I mean, sometimes you got to put aside your personal feelings and your damn pride and do stuff, be around people that make you uncomfortable. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. And another one of his excuses, they had done search the area. It doesn't matter if an area has been searched. Sometimes you miss things. Sometimes searchers miss things. And then when they go back and search again, they will find it. Find something. He really pissed me off about that. It's like, been married to someone 20 years and you need a freaking invite to go search for them, help their brother search for them. It's bullcrap. Suzanne would have been out searching every freaking day for Barry. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Anywho. So anyways, I saw an article about Lori Vallow this morning, and her third husband's family was saying some things about Joseph's death. Let me get it pulled up here. Okay, so you know how Lori said that Joseph Ryan molested Tylee? Well, Lori accused him of that. And then later it was recanted. I guess Tylee recanted it. I'm going to read y'all this. It's because it's really interesting. The death of a man previously married to Lori Vallow, it says mother, the monster, accused of conspiracy in connection with the deaths of her two children, is under review, fueling questions about the so-called cult mom has a connection to the case. Phoenix police have confirmed to Fox News that they are reviewing an investigation into the April 2018 death of Joseph Ryan, Lori Vallow's third husband. The couple divorced 14 years prior to his death. The inquiry comes after several news outlets published an audio recording released by Ryan's sister, Annie Cushing. In it, Annie claimed Lori is heard talking about wanting to kill Ryan amid a custody battle over their daughter, 16-year-old Tylee Ryan. Tylee was one of the children found dead earlier this year. He was constantly trying to get custody of my 3-year-old daughter, Vallow said in the recording. If he comes against you once, if he comes against you twice, if he comes against you 3 times, then you can kill him. It says it in the scriptures. Annie Cushing told Fox Nation host Nancy Grace that she had kept contact with Lori after the divorce, but Lori had not notified her of her brother's passing. And Lori was listed as Joseph Ryan's next of kin, and after his body was found, she was notified. She refused to claim the body. She refused to even contact his family and tell them that, he had passed. Lori and I had contact over the years, but she never told me Joe had died, Cushing said in an episode of Fox Nation's Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. I found out through a relative being forwarded one of these letters where they are seeking family members. And so it's my understanding that by the time I found out he had already been cremated. So I think it was because he was an unclaimed body. Joseph Ryan made headlines in July after court documents emerged revealing that Tylee told a therapist that she was sexually abused by her father in 2008. The claim was later recanted. Annie Cushing said Lori Vallow and Joseph Ryan were fighting over custody at the time, and she believes the accusations against her brother were fabricated by Lori in order to win the legal dispute. Oh, it gets better, guys. Wait till y'all hear this, what Annie says. That's always a tough question because I wasn't there, Cushing said, but based on what I've read from all these court documents and what I've witnessed from Lori when I was out in Phoenix in 2013, the way she spoke about this, I mean, she had no filter. She talked about it in front of Tylee. So Lori Vallow talked about Joseph Ryan molesting Tylee in front of Tylee. And it was like she was all manic about it, she added. And she just didn't treat it with any of the appropriate parental protocols that you would expect if you really thought your child was molested. So, all of those things combined indicate to me that this was more the result of Lori's machination. What? I think they meant imagine. I don't know what it says. In order to win, basically, Lori come up with this crap in order to win custody and to completely edge Joe out of Tylee's life. Of course, Hori Lori remains jailed in Idaho along with her fifth husband, Chad Dumbbell, on charges related to hiding the remains of Tylee and JJ. Their bodies were found on Chad Dumbbell's property in June. Can y'all believe this? And Annie's right. If you really think your child's been molested, you don't go on and on all manic about it in front of them and talk about it in front of them like that. I think she made that crap up. You can't believe nothing Hori Lori says. She's a liar. She's a monster. She's freaking psycho. It's freaking sick. I mean, imagine what little Tylee went through having that thing for a mother. And I'm going to call her a thing because, I don't know another word for her. She's like not freaking human. Not human. I hope they fry her ass in an electric chair. They probably don't. They probably don't have the electric chair there anymore. I hope I hope she gets lethal injection. She deserves it. Chad Dumbbell too. But Lori needs the harshest punishment possible, because she was their mother. She could have prevented this. Sicko. Her and Chad both were always sick in the head. It just so happened they met one another. I wonder how long after they met did they start having an affair. I wonder if it's just something that happened like automatically as soon as they met, or was it over time? And something else I want to know, how long after they started their relationship did they start planning to kill Tammy and Charles and the kids? Something I'm interested in knowing. Like, was it like as soon as they got together, or was it a few months? They should bring out Sparky back for Hori Lori. I agree, Mary. I can't stand her. I gotta share this picture. I always point this out, but just look at their mouths. Let me screen share their picture here. They both got the downward frown. I've been meaning to look that up. What is that an indication of when your mouth turns down like that? Her mouth didn't used to be like that. I saw her in other pictures. Well, guys, she definitely deserves lethal injection. They need to be charging them with murder. Maybe they're going to wait till after their trial for, abusive corpses and stuff. Sick as how could she let anyone harm her children? How could she let some man talk her into that? Sometimes I think to myself, was Chad really the puppet master or was it Lori? I may have it all wrong. I'm thinking that Chad was the puppet master. But it could be opposite. She could have been the one that came up with all this. I bet they hate Melanie Gibb right now. She turned on them. One of their little sheep turned on them, ran away from the herd. Freaking sickos. She's not no hero. Not at all. She could have prevented those kids' murders. That's my opinion. She should have called CPS or alerted someone when Lori was saying that her kids were zombies, didn't have souls. Because Melanie knew. She had heard them talk about zombies and people, being soulless beings walking the earth. And she knew that they said that the only way, like, to get rid of someone that's like a zombie is to kill them. She knew that. Light Feather, it's funny you mentioned Diane Downs because I've been researching her again. Yes. I've been watching all kinds of stuff about her. I just watched an episode where Anne Rice was on the Oprah show and they had Diane Downs there. Well, she was through the satellite on the TV and they were doing an interview. God, she's a freaking nut. Lord, she's also antisocial. Melanie needs prison time. Yeah, she lied to authorities. When Lori said, she told authorities, hey, JJ's with my friend Melanie Gibb. Okay, when police contacted her, she lied to them and said, yes, JJ had been with me. Now he's on his way back to his mother. She lied to police. Then about a week later, she decides to call him up and tell him the truth. Because she knew her ass was going to be grass and they were going to be the lawnmower. That's the reason she was trying to save her own ass. That's why she recorded that phone call. Remember that phone call she recorded between, she was talking to Lori and Chad on the phone? Felony Melanie's. Yeah, Lori's niece named Melanie too. Melanie Bedreau. She's freaking nut too. Nut job. Whole damn bunch crazy. Crazier than loons. Cece, we are on the same wavelength. I just watched the Oprah show about her yesterday. Oh, really? Did you see my comment under that video? We probably watched the same video. Yeah, because I'm thinking about Friday Friday morning doing Diane Downs. I like doing the old cases. If anyone wants to call in, they can. If anyone wants to give their opinion this morning, they can. Let me see. Let me get the link. Someone can come up, give their opinion on Hori Lori or whoever, Skylar Richardson, whoever you want. I would like to get it to where people call in and give their opinions. Well, it's not call in. Just come up on the panel. You don't have to have your camera on. I mean, I'd like to have the camera on before I add someone to the stream so I don't get porned. But, you always had the option turned it off before I add you. Yeah, so we're going to plan on doing Diane Downs Friday, Light Feather, for sure. Light Feather. No, I didn't read the comments. Oh, you should go back and I left a comment. I was like, Diane Downs is a freaking nut. Lori's a freaking nut, too. Years from now, people are going to be talking about this case. Just like they do Susan Smith, Darley, and the rest of them. But you know what? I want some justice for Tylee and JJ. I want those assholes charged with murder. And I wish Alex Cox hadn't died, because I'd like to see his ass cuffed and stuff too. I believe he was their hitman. He worshipped the ground Lori walked on. And he bought into all their religious cult hogwash. Every bit of it. I can't believe he was religious though, because, I've watched one of his stand-up comedy routines, and he was grabbing his private areas. Hold on, guys. Pause it, damn it. Sorry, guys. I clicked on an article and it played something. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm trying to pull something up about this psycho from Colorado. It's his freaking name, Psycho. Let me see, what's his full name? Andre Jordan Barras, 26. He's wanted for homicide, should be considered armed and dangerous. Well, let me get his picture up here. Hold on. Let me find this another article. I'm just wondering, have they identified these bodies that were found in Colorado? Let's see. I'm getting it pulled up, guys. Oh my gosh, please don't play that ad. Okay. We're going to listen to this. Hold on, we'll play the video.
Following that development.
Hold on, guys. This messed up on me. It muted me, and then I lost my article. Let me just get this guy's picture pulled up. That'd be easier. We'll just get his picture pulled up. Screen share it, and then just read the I think they were serving some kind of warrant, maybe like a drug warrant on this guy, and they found 3 bodies last week. Let me find it. Sorry, guys, I'm unorganized. Bodies found on property in Colorado. It says a man wanted in connection to the remains of 3 people in Colorado has been identified as a well-known suspect in the area named Psycho. Police identified him as Andre Jordan Barras, 26. They identified him as a suspect in the set of human remains found in, oh my gosh, I cannot say this name, Conicos or something like that county. The remains were located on 2 separate properties near the rural town of Los Alces and San Luis Valley. I don't know if I said that right. Okay, so the sheriff's office said they were conducting a search warrant related to stolen equipment and vehicles when they recovered human remains. No property owners lived at the site where the remains were found, police said. It wasn't immediately clear how long the remains had been there. Authorities said a forensic anthropologist confirmed that the remains included at least 3 people, but their identities, genders, and ages were still under investigation. It would take several weeks to confirm the condition they were left in. 3 days after the initial discovery on November 10th, the county sheriff, Garth Crowther, said a task force was formed to conduct the investigation, including the Alamosa Police Department, uh, CBI, Colorado State Patrol, the county sheriff's is helping, the Monte Vista Police Department also helping. Let's see what else it says. The remains found were not connected to any missing persons cases. That's what he said. Because the first thing I thought of when I saw that human remains were found, oh my God, could it be Suzanne? Anyways, this guy, he's a career criminal, it looks like. I'm just wondering how he earned the name Psycho. I'm sure by doing crazy things, but what kind of crazy things? He looks mean. You know, something I'll never understand is why people tattoo their daggone face. I've got several tattoos. Oh my gosh, so many I can't even count. But I would never put a tattoo on my daggone face. Anyhow, they're looking for this guy. They think he killed these people. And I hope they find him soon. Because when someone's on the run like this and desperate, they could, desperate people do desperate things. He could harm someone else. Go take someone hostage inside their home and hide out and do anything crazy. Hey, Cement Shoes, how are you? Also, guys, I want to tell you about Bobby Brown here in a minute. Let me get Cement Shoes a late slip. Let me get back into my chat here. We need some more stickers, emojis for channel members. In case y'all haven't noticed, we got 2 new ones. A camper and a hippie van. Okay, there's your late slip. I wish I could sleep in. That would be so great. So, the singer Bobby Brown, his son Bobby Brown Jr., has passed away. He was found in his home. They don't know cause of death yet. This is so sad because Whitney died, and then Bobby Christina, she passed away, like I think about 3 years after her mom, after Whitney died. Let's share his picture. So there he is, remembering Bobby Brown Jr. Bobby Brown has lost another child. His son, Bobby Brown Jr., has died. A source close to the family tells TMZ Bobby Jr. was found dead Wednesday in his home in the LA area. Police are still at the house, and our sources tell us at this point they do not believe there was foul play involved. Christmas sweaters on the side there. So here it says Bobby Brown Jr. Oh, this is when he was younger. It's a family photo, and there's Whitney. I loved Whitney Houston. I can remember her first music video that came out. There's Bobby Brown and Bobby Christina. I don't know who that guy is at the back. No idea. I don't know who the older gentleman is standing beside Whitney either. Maybe Bobby Brown's dad. In another horrific tragedy for the singer and his family to endure, Bobby Jr.'s half-sister, Bobby Christina, died when she was just 22 years old after she was found lifeless in a bathtub in her Georgia home. She was on life support for several months before she passed in July 2015. The coroner determined Bobby Christina's cause of death was drowning in a tub, while she had toxic levels of cocaine and alcohol in her system. It was eerily similar death to her mother, Whitney Houston, who had died 3 years earlier from an accidental overdose while in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Bobby Brown Jr. is one of Bobby Brown's 7 children. He was 13 when he, along with Bobby Christina, appeared on the family's short lived Bravo reality show, Being Bobby Brown. His mother is Kim Ward, who dated Bobby on and off for 11 years before he got engaged to Whitney Houston. Bobby Jr. was only 28 years old. And I'll let y'all know cause of death. This is so sad. This family has went through so much. I'm just wondering what happened to this guy. I mean, he could have died of natural causes, you know. People have died of aneurysms and things like that all the time. Oh, crap. Let me get back into my chat here. The crap going on. Anyways, prayers for that family. 28 years old. It's a crying shame. 7 kids. I know. I thought the same exact thing when I read that. Oh my gosh, like that's a lot of kids. Do y'all remember their reality show that they had on Bravo? Him and Whitney, they would be high as a kite on some of those episodes. They had a serious uh, drug problem. Whitney Houston was used cocaine a lot. She was addicted to cocaine, which is just so sad. I just loved Whitney. I just want to say, just because somebody has an addiction problem doesn't make them a bad person. You know, I hate to say it, but I'm glad Whitney didn't live to see what's going to happen to her daughter, now her son. You know what? I think maybe Bobby, um, Christina wouldn't have passed if Whitney hadn't have passed away like that. Now, she was with her mom at the hotel. Um, well, she wasn't in the same room, but they were at the, same hotel when Whitney passed away. They were going to some kind of music award show or something, weren't they? I'm trying to think of that song that came out. I was really little, Whitney Houston. And I can remember watching that video and I wanted to look just like her because Whitney was just so beautiful. So beautiful. Is it? It's something I want to dance with somebody that loves me. I think it's the name of it, with somebody that loves me. That was the name of the song. I can't remember. I think that was her first music video. Now she sang gospel, I think, before she went to, what would you call it? Is it R&B? Pop? Is it got pop music? Birth control is such a pain in the ass. I know people should use birth control more. And some women, you can look at them, they'll get pregnant. My dad's mom always used to say that. She'd say, Papa would look at me and I'd get pregnant. Some people's just really, really fertile. I'm just wondering, did most of these kids have the same mom? How many different baby mamas are we talking about? You Give Good Love was actually her very first. Oh, okay, Alex. Well, the one I'm talking about is the first one I remember. I actually thought that was her first one. I used to like Madonna too, guys. And y'all remember Tiffany? What was the other one? Debbie Gibson. I used to like Tiffany a lot and Debbie Gibson. I like Madonna, Material Girl, and Prayer. I like that song, Just Like a Prayer, that she's got. Madonna, she's a little weird, isn't she? She's a little bit of a weirdo, I think. Next year, I should dress up as Madonna for Halloween. Like better. I remember that song, Sissy, with somebody who loves me. Yeah. It's back when music was really good. I was telling Mark the other day, they just don't have good songs like they used to. I mean, there's good songs that come out, but I know a lot of people use those voice tuners, whatever it's called, and Juju's, hey Juju, Lost in Your Eyes. Oh, that's a good one. It's a crown shape. Madonna's from my hometown. She's evil. You got to be kidding me, really. She's like really strict on her kids. Oh, yeah, Like a Virgin. That's a good one. Like Feather. I remember all those musicians. Hey, I seen Debbie Gibson a while back. She was like on some kind of show where she was hunting for a house to buy. She still looks good. She's looking good for her age. Choo Choo, Madonna is a demonic witch. Hey, she was so strict on her kids. Like that one kid, he didn't even want to go back home to her. You know, it's good kids to have structure and rules and all that, right? You can be too hard on kids. A little bit of sugar and stuff like that sometimes is not going to hurt. There's some people who won't give their kids any sugar, anything like that. I'm totally opposite. I'm totally opposite. Hey, if anyone's against giving their kids sugar, hey, no judgment here. But, I just don't think a little soda sometimes and stuff like that's going to hurt. That's just the way I grew up. Lost in Your Eyes is Debbie Gibson. What's that Tiffany song that was real popular? Crap, I forget. I forget the name of it. Y'all know who I used to love? New Kids on the Block. I was in love with Jordan Knight when I was little. I had the shirts, I had the posters, I had the pins you could pin on you, the big button pins. She gave her 13-year-old son hard liquor, not so strict. Oh, really? Watch Madonna sing Purple Rain. She's the high empress of the temple. Oh, I love Prince's Purple Rain. Oh, I think we're alone now. That's it, Verbal. Juju got it too. I think we're alone now. Yes, I could not think of that. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, I guess that's enough true crime this morning. Let me tell y'all, I got a problem with my chicken. My white chicken. If anybody watches my funny farm videos, I used to complain to them all the time about her bum looking dirty behind. And yesterday I was noticing she's got a problem back there. She got a bunch of crap literally stuck back there in her feathers. This is a real problem. This can cause infection. It can kill her. She's acting fine now. Here's the real problem, though. I got to separate her from that psycho murdering rooster and clean her up with some hot soapy water, her bum. Problem is getting her away from that mean-ass rooster. Wasn't that Billy, not Madonna? Oh, I don't know. It's a crying shame. I dressed like Madonna, hair tie, and all. Oh, I bet you look so cute like Feather. Melissa says, Only in My Dreams by Tiffany. I don't remember that one. Let me look that up. Let's Google it. Also, guys, later on, if I get time, I want to do a stream and test my Streamlabs again because I downloaded like this Christmas theme for it. And I just want to try it out. Last time I tried to use it, it kept buffering and stuff. Debbie Gibson sings Only in My Dreams. See, Mitch, yes, it's Shirley's butt. See, Mitch, used my hen Shirley. I used to have two white hens. Laverne, she got killed. like last year, like a few months after I had them. Yeah. But I was looking up online, this can happen to hens. You just have to get it cleaned up or it can cause them to get sick and die. Remember the jelly bracelets? Hey, do y'all remember the little jelly slip-on shoes? I used to call them jelly shoes in the 80s. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Natalie? How are you doing, Natalie? I was even, she was telling Melissa, I've got a funny form video that's going to go up. I just got to fix it a little bit. I may try to video us trying to catch this hen and getting her cleaned up and add it in. So I probably won't get it up till tomorrow or something. Since we're talking about the 80s, do y'all remember the shoestring hair bows? I used to have those. Let's see if there's anything else going on before I get off here. I don't think so. Oh my gosh, here comes something about Susan Smith. Susan Smith, child killer who drove her young sons into lake, is on her best behavior as parole date nears. Let's see. Let me get these damn ads off here and we can see what's going on. A source told People magazine that Susan Smith is aware that her parole hearing is coming up and has turned her life around in prison. Really? You had sex with some guards, with some inmates, contracted a couple STDs as well. You've been caught doing drugs. That's not good behavior, lady. She's been behaving herself these days, the source says. She knows that her parole date is 4 years away, and she can't get parole if she isn't being good. Smith reportedly keeps to herself these days while working as a ward keeper assistant. Probably screwing the warden, trying to. She knows it's a long shot that she'll be paroled in 4 years, but she's giving it her best shot. Hey, look, your ex-husband's going to make sure your ass don't get out of prison. Smith was 23 at the time and a single mother. Spent 9 days in October 1994 pleading for help in locating her 2 sons. She claimed that on the night her sons disappeared, a black man approached her at the stoplight and forced her out of her Mazda, stole her car, drove away with her 2 sons still inside the vehicle. On November 3rd, 1994, following a nationwide search and an in-depth investigation, Smith admitted she left her boys in the car, then let it roll into John D. Long Lake in Union County. Authorities later found both children dead inside the car around 60 feet from the shore. And prosecutors did a reenactment of what happened that night. They used the same color car, same style car, and rolled it into the lake, videoed it, and it actually took 18 minutes for that car to sink. 18 minutes. She also left the headlights on so she could watch it sink, they think. Now, she claims that after she let it roll into the lake, then she ran to the neighbors. But they think that the headlights was left on. They think she did that so she could see it sink. I'd feed Susan Smith to the gators if I was in charge. Yeah, it's funny they just came out with an article about her. We just talked about her on the anniversary of the murders. What date was it? October 24th, 25th, something like that. There's a memorial there for the boys at the lake. There was another family visiting that memorial, and their van popped out of gear, rode into the lake, and some kids drowned there. She killed these. Susan Smith killed her kids because she wanted to be with her lover, her ex-lover. He didn't want kids. Susan was too stupid to know it just wasn't because she had kids the reason he didn't want her. He didn't want her because she was a slut. She went to his dad's house for a party. She was in the hot tub making out with a married coworker. He saw this and it really upset him, so he broke things off with Susan. Well, if you would consider him a boyfriend, Barry Mary, he's basically like someone she was just seeing having sex with. She wanted like a relationship with him, but he didn't want one with her. And when he didn't want a relationship with her, she'd try to get pity from him, telling him like, her stepdad molested her. And then she, continued, she started having an affair with him even after she was 18 and out of the house and married, still slept with her stepfather. She told him that. That didn't get her sympathy. Then she said, "Hey, I slept with your dad. Make him out in my divorce proceedings." And that was a lie. She should shack up with Josh Powell. Oh my God, he's an evil one too. Verbal says Chris Watts advocate. Oh gosh, I hope we get no Chris Watts advocates in here. Speaking of that, yesterday that totally took me off guard. But I just want to say, hey, this is United States of America. If we want to come on here and say Chris Watts killed his family because he did, we will. If we want to say he's a monster, we will. If we want to talk about the insurance money, we will. And my chatters are not going to be attacked. Yeah, Susan Smith was basically a booty call, Barry Mary. Basically a booty call. And also, that lady that came in here yesterday, Miss Mensa, she made a comment, and I was kind of distracted yesterday, but the more I thought about it, more it bothered me. We was talking about, I said, why did that little boy run away from home and not come back? Maybe there's something going on in the home. She's like, oh, I find that kids that run away got it too good at home. Hey, lady, you might have a college education. That don't mean you know all about abuse. I was an abused child. And abused kids do run away from home. Not just kids that's pampered. Not just kids that's had their pudding patted. Okay? The more I thought about that, the more it bothered me. Because I remember reading her comment and being like, yeah, that's just a habit of mine. I'll read somebody's comment and be like, yeah, whether I agree with it or not, I got to quit that. But the more I thought about that, the more it bothered me. Just because someone's got education, wrote books, don't mean they're an abuse expert. And I'm sorry, Mandy, you got offended yesterday. I knew who she was when she came in, but I was just trying to be polite and nice and like courteous to other creators. That's just my personality. I was trying to see what she's going to say. Look, I knew she did a video directed towards me the other day when I talked about that insurance money. As soon as I ended my live stream, it wasn't long, about 15 minutes after, she put up a video, which has since been dirty deleted, and was talking about us shiners. I'm not a shiner. I just advocate for victims on here, take up for victims. I'm not a shiner. And I'm not, and she, she was saying like we was being paid to do it. That was our content for today. Hey, look, I do true crime news. If something's in the true crime news, I'm going to do it. But anyways, she did that video, and I was telling people in Discord, I was like, that video was directed at me. She was lurking in my live stream because we was talking about her that day too. And then yesterday she popped up in chat, and that just verified it. Yes. You don't need to apologize. She was rude. Mandy, I was cracking up after my live stream because Please show me what went on because I didn't know what went on. And you was like, I wouldn't email you. My life depended on it or something like that. I was cracking up. I wish I was being paid. Hey, yeah, I make a little off my YouTube channel, but I mean, I really care about people. I talk about the victims and stuff. I mean, crap, she writes books. Um, but anyways, I was just trying to be nice. I sure never went to her channel and was rude or anything, even though I totally disagree with Chris Watts being a battered man. Yes, males can be battered. I don't think Shanann abused Chris. You know what? I was in an abusive relationship. I didn't kill nobody. I left. I left. Do I think Shanann Watts was perfect? No, nobody's perfect in this world. Nobody's perfect. But she did not, her and her baby did not deserve to be killed, and the girls. The kids did not deserve it. Nobody deserved it. Yeah, she came in here starting yesterday. Juju. Hey, Wolf Powers. Look, the only thing I really agree with her on is I don't think people should harass the Watts family, the Ruseks, anything like that. Anybody, any victims' families, well, I consider Watts victims. But I do agree with that. Personally, I don't do things like that. I don't reach out to people's family members and things like that. You know, they shouldn't be getting death threats and stuff. But look, she has said some not so nice things about Shanann that's just uncalled for. Right after the murder, she did that interview. You know, shiners are advocates for Shanann. Is that what they are? See, I don't know what shiners are. I just know that I'm just a person that, I'm just takes up for victims, the real victims. And the real victims are Shanann, Nico, Bella, and Celeste, and Shanann's family. Like, I realize that the Watts lost grandchildren too, but the way that Cindy has acted and spoke, it's just so unclassy, so uncalled for. Oh, Wolf, I'm glad you did too. Unfortunately, I'm getting ready to get off here. Sorry about that. But look, I don't say nothing about that lady's videos. I don't go over and comment stuff. And I appreciate her not coming over here. I don't want her coming over here doing that crap. And if you're going to do a video, if you don't like something I've done, you don't got to insinuate. Say it. Say it. I'm not the only one that talked about that insurance money. Mommy Ramblings did. A few more people. And I don't have to get nobody's permission to talk about crap on here. Hey, Juju, thank you for the super chat. You are a true light that shines. Thank you. I mean, she's the one that's over there trying to diagnose things. I don't try to diagnose nothing. I might I'll say, this is my opinion. This is my theory. I think Mrs. Watts is a disgrace, to be honest. Yeah. And basically over on that channel, from what I gather, she's trying to say Shanann has Munchausen by proxy. Like she was loading them up on Tylenol. She even got one video up in the thumbnails, got Shanann in it, and her eyes was looking all crazy. You know how sometimes the camera will catch you looking all crazy, your eyes looking all crazy. MRB disappointed me with the Long case. Yeah. Yeah, I like her and all, but yeah, I disagree with her a lot. Cindy acts like she lost one of her contact lenses, not 3 grandkids. Hey, I think Shanann and Cindy, they had a bad relationship and they both were responsible for that. It takes 2 to have a relationship, right? Like, I get that. People's not perfect. But Lord have mercy. She didn't deserve to be murdered in the 2 little girls. Now, come on. Here's what it's up. That lady don't think that Chris Watts murdered his family. Because he has no memory of it. Lady, didn't you listen to his second confession? Yeah, she did herself no favors by trashing the victims and their families. Look, I don't want to argue with nobody back and forth, but hey, I got the right to talk about what I want. I'm not going to let nobody run over me or my viewers, my friends. It's just not going to happen. Leave me alone. I think Chris Watts is a wuss. He's right where he needs to be, and he's not battered. He's not a battered male. Even if he was, why kill the kids? They didn't batter him. You know what I mean? It's no excuse. No excuse. Shanann was one of those super moms for the 50s TV shows. Yeah, she's one of those people that can do anything. Do their hair looking nice, makeup, crafts, organize, just do anything. My hubby's kind of like that. He's kind of one of those people who can just do anything. Any kind of crafts, artsy stuff, I don't believe anyone that can't remember Jody brutal killings that have got to leave an imprint. Look, y'all, I know what I've witnessed. I don't even want to say it. What I've went through. I witnessed something horrific. And I can remember it, but there's parts that is blurry to me. And that's pretty normal when you witness something traumatic, go through something real traumatic. Yeah, there's no excuse for him killing the kids. I've got those 2 Chris Watts books on PDF. I shared the links in the Patreon if anybody wanted to read them. I need to start reading that one. I started and then I quit, but I need to read it. See what all it says. Anywho, that's enough drama. Hey, we wasn't even looking for drama yesterday and got it. We got drama. Every time. That's why I never did like talking about the Watts case, y'all. Every time you talk about the Watts case, it brings mean people around. And I've got no tolerance for mean people. I don't put up with them. You say one smart word to me, your ass is gone. I mean, because really, I'm not going to let someone just keep commenting rude stuff to me. I mean, this is my channel, It's not the kind of people I want on my channel. I want nice people. Yeah, you can correct me or give a different opinion, be respectful. Yes, trauma in my case, I don't remember everything, but I remember some. Yeah, my memory's blurred a lot. And now, where I've got PTSD and manic depression, I can't hardly remember anything. It really affects my memory. I love and miss this room. We've missed you too, Juju. Hope you've been doing well. Light feather, it's a coping mechanism, CC, not remembering all the details. I heard it's your brain protecting you. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep, I was ready once. I seen the title yesterday, to be honest. Well, yeah, I had told Mary verbal yesterday morning before my live. I was like, be prepared. We may get some trolls because Armchair Detective, not that I have anything against him, but he was mentioned in this article that we were talking about because, the lady that's dating Chris Watts's prison buddy goes on his show. But no one come in like that. It was freaking her from the other side. Leave me alone. If we want to talk about the Watts case, we will. If there's an article about it, you best believe it's going to be in my true crime news. But I'm not one of these people that does video after video on him. I'm not obsessed with the case. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to go live later and test my new Streamlabs theme. That'll probably be this evening sometime, probably after dark, 7, 8 o'clock, like a short stream, maybe about an hour, just sitting, maybe just chit chat. Wolf powers, trauma will rearrange your memory. Sometimes you can only remember the bad and little or none of the good. Then you can get stuck in the trauma. Yes. Yes, my brain used to do that real bad. It still does it. Where I just remember the bad things and not the good. Yes. Hey, Karen. You're late again. Let me get your late slip. I'm getting ready to end, girl. I'm sorry. I hate when people come in and I'm ending. It makes me feel bad. I feel like I'm being rude. But I can't help it. I can't sit here long, guys. I hope Santa Claus brings me a computer desk chair. I need a chair. Computer chair here. This rocking chair is hard on my butt, even though I got a pillow. I'm going to try to get me one. Armchair Detective is the one I think doxed Will. Oh, I didn't know he doxed Will. Oh, and I want to give 411 Now Will a shout out. He gave me a PayPal donation the other day, and I didn't see it until after my live ended. So thank you so much, Will, for doing that. Well, I didn't know he doxed Will. I knew there was like a little, something there between them, but I didn't know that happened. I like Will. My loyalty is with Will. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have a good day. I'll probably see y'all later when I test out Streamlabs. Be safe, be kind, and peace. Thank you for your loyalty and support. I appreciate it. You guys are the best.